My name's Damien Stevens. I'm the convener of the Out in the Open Festival. Out in the Open Festival has been 4 years in the making. We're not in the making, but we've been running 4 years now. So 2015 was our 14 event long weekend here in Shepparton. Out in the Open Festival was developed by our local community to address some of the inequalities faced by our local LGBTIQ and allied communities. This festival, as I said, had 14 events this weekend, so everything from a significant and important event to start, which was the Health and Wellbeing Forum, a huge carnival day yesterday, which helps with getting people out and socially connected, which is also important. And here we are today at a big community brunch where everyone's from the groups that have put this festival together come together to enjoy brunch. The groups here today are our local PFLAG group, which is Parents and Friends of Lesbian and Gay People, our Goulburn Valley Pride group, which is all ages social group for LGBTI people and their allies, and even some of our people from the diversity group run by our local welfare organisation. So this festival is run entirely by volunteers. Many of them are connected with all of the groups and communities that I just mentioned.
The festival's got larger across each of the years. Mm-hmm. What have you got planned for future years?
Sure, yeah.
And how are you going to expand?
Okay. So next year will be our 5th birthday, and we're getting bigger each year. In fact, the Queen's Gardens, the beautiful Queen's Gardens, where we hold our Carnival Day event, we've outgrown it. We need to shift somewhere, and Shepparton has other places, including a lovely venue by the lake, and we have a showgrounds too. So we'll be looking at where we want to move, where we can still keep the beauty of the roses and the gardens and the wonderful infrastructure of having stages and electricity and shade, but continue to enjoy the safety and the familiarity of some of Shepparton's beauty, really. I think down by the lake would be the next place we move to. We are growing and have been growing steadily, like I said, from just a few events in our first year to 14 now, and each year we've had more people come along to the festival as well. Accommodation is booked out. We easily have spilled out onto the street here at the local Lemon Tree Cafe for breakfast. And last night at our glamour party, the long room upstairs at the Aussie was all crammed with people, LGBTI people, in all their glory, really, having a great time.
Across the period of time that the festival's been running, how do you think this has helped the groups, other groups in Shepparton, and the local community as well?
Shepparton's quite a diverse community. We have a huge selection of diversity and diversity within diversity. So multicultural communities, LGBTI people, people living with disabilities, races, religion, very diverse. And that's a good thing, because it means, although I don't like the word, Shepparton is already a very tolerant place, a very inclusive place. I don't like the word tolerant, but it's the right word for Shepparton. We're moving up if we look at the Riddell scale of homophobia and scale of racism, tolerating people, which some people think can be seen as putting up with people. It's a step beyond that, where we've moved towards accepting all different people of all diversities and heading much more towards being supportive, even admiring the differences and working together to improve Greater Shepparton, and it's a good thing.
My name's Oscar and I live in Shepparton. I'm a local. I'm in the diversity group, so it's a youth group for LGBTI youth. So we all come together once a fortnight on a Monday night, and we have guest speakers, and they talk about gender, they talk about issues that we all find that are problems, and then we all have food together and play games, and it's basically just a welcoming environment. I haven't been to the Melbourne, but the diversity group have, so they go to -18 events, which are really big nights for youth, so that's around the 18 to 21 or 12 over, and they're usually really big. There's lots of people and they're not as talk related, so you don't really get to know everyone as much. It's just a big party, which the community events in Shepparton are more supportive. Yeah, Shepparton's really accepting. So we had the OUTintheOPEN Festival this weekend, and it was nice to see the whole community come and show how they accept everything and how everyone's really coming together for everything that they think's right and what should change. There was a really big turnout this year, so we wanted 600 people to come through the gates, and about 600 did. And everyone was supportive. They all sang, they got in with the drag queens. They all bought things from the Rainbow store and showed their support, so that was a really good thing to see.
My name is Jim Murphy. Lived in Shepparton for 40 years. My wife Mary, 2 sons, and my eldest boy came out about 2 or 3 years ago. We have found a group in Shepparton called PFLAG, which has been very, very helpful in this regional area here to explain the differences to parents about gay and lesbian relationships. We found that it was confronting at times, but like any parent, all we wish for our children is happiness. I personally come from a very strict religious background, so those problems are my problems, and they shouldn't be put onto anybody else or my children. And I appeal to people, especially parents, to realise this fact that we love our children, no matter what sexual orientation they happen to be, and we want them to be happy. Happiness of mental health and happiness just within their own community.
Is there a difference between the support provided by PFLAG groups in rural areas compared to the cities?
I would imagine so. People I've spoken to from Melbourne and Sydney have gone through that transition of needing PFLAG groups within their community. But in regional Victoria, I think we do need them. They are of great help, not only to families with gay children, but also for the wider community in accepting that they are part of the community. It is how they are. It's not a choice, and to embrace those people within community just makes community stronger.
How do you think the feelings of the community, the older people in the community, is changing? Are you supporting the younger ones?
I've lived in this community for 40 years, and it's only within the last 5 years I have seen a great change. And as a migrant, I have seen and noticed the changes socially since coming to the Shepparton area in 1973. They are many and varied, but in the last 5 years, our festival yesterday, a diversity festival, couldn't have been held 20 years ago, 15 years ago. There would have been groups, younger people, I would say disrupting that type of festival, and older people tutting and not the right thing. As Shepparton has been a very conservative area, as was seen by its many, many years of National Party or Liberal support in elections. Recently we've just had an independent elected as Shepparton's representative in the state, and it's just another step forward where people are starting to think for themselves rather than go along with the old sheep.